Hello and welcome to another Doctor's System 1 video, and today I'm doing a video on why I think Community should have its own movie even, TV special and or movie of sorts, yeah, feature length thing, and yes, I'm wearing the Inspector Spacetime t-shirt, which is really good because, yeah, like, that links to the topic at hand. Yeah, if this video comes across very more rambling than usual, it's because I don't have any notes of sorts, so yeah. But then again, I've just recently of this recording, past few days, finished listening to the commentaries for Season 3 of Community, and I think overall, I think just based off that, I genuinely don't think there'd be a Community movie, unfortunately, because, you know, the episodes, granted the amount of episodes they make, but to the quality as well, and the fact that they have so many episodes, well, at least in the first 3 seasons anyway. By season 4, 5 and 6 though, they have less episodes but still obtain like a really good standard of quality. But I think, considering the amount of times that they'd said, you know, like the money that went into it, the amount of writers sort of writers sort of giving out scripts and or changes at the last minute, and then actors having to reshoot and or learn their lines at the last minute. I think, you know, from a technical perspective basis, or basing it just from a technical feat, I don't think Community would ever really get a movie, unfortunately. But I think why I think it should is because obviously, because it's a really good show, really, 6 seasons in a movie, and it would just feel like it, you know, natural progression even, you know, and feel like it, you know, feels whole and complete. And I think personally for me, just Abed on the big screen would be a dream come true. And I think, you know, the amount of varied stuff they could do with it, you know, it could be anything, as they've done a lot of episodes in different formats of sorts. So like ones where they've done like a 2-parter of sorts in season 3 alone of sorts. It almost felt like a 2-parter in the sense that it was like, you know, all done, well, the second half anyway was all done in a documentary style, which was weird because apparently Dan Harmon said that actually that was because of budgetary reasons. So, you know, it actually made it easier to film and or make. You know, they've done different formats as in like that, and then a 8-bit like video game style one, and they've had anime sort of bits in the episode. They've done stop motion stuff. So, you know, the idea of having all these different formats and mediums on a big screen, that's never really been massively done, I don't think, in a lot of films anyway. Most traditional film, even now, still only sticks to one format, being primarily live action or just CGI. And if it's CGI, then it usually sticks to that just one format of CG. So being sort of computer animated or stop motion, or a combination of two or both, should I say, but not ever changing the format too much, you know, like Wallace and Gromit looks like Wallace and Gromit, because it's stop motion. They don't just, but then there are bits, probably CG'd bits or things here and there that need to be CG'd or whatever, and that, but they wouldn't just then start to change up the format and or pixelate it, for example, make all the characters pixelate, because you'd sort of lose the effect of what it means to be Wallace and Gromit, whereas I think Community is a lot more flexible in terms of that. The humour, you know, I think as well, the humour's really brilliant, and I think, you know, it's a very funny show that would work well in a movie, but could potentially, you know, you could either run out of steam and it's balancing both the drama and the humour, as Community has quite a bit of a splice of both, I think. But I also think as well, my major point would probably just be because it's a TV show and an American one as well that didn't get a massive amount of ratings and or views. I think primarily releasing a movie would make it way more, it'd almost be like marketing it, or the movie would almost be like marketing the actual show. Like if they were ever to do this, then I think it would get more people to watch the show. But in doing that, that means that obviously it's like saying actually the show wasn't popular enough, so the foundation wasn't good enough, so why would you build on top of that with a movie, from the Suits perspective. But then again, we've recently had Deadpool, we've had Captain Underpants, we've had a lot more creative things. We've had Logan, again, another R-rated superhero movie. You've had Deadpool, which is very creative, very wacky, very humorous, and a little bit serious here and there, ever so slightly with the characters, of course, but there is a story there from point A to point B, but it's not that intense of a thing. And I think that's Community in a nutshell. Although there are characters you care about and there is a sort of story to follow, there's so much humour that I think it is one of those films that you could just easily digest and or switch your brain to. But to be fair, I think just having an hour and a half of that would just get boring. I think you need some sort of revelation needs to be given out to us as viewers. And I think there's so many fans and so many people who are passionate and very much, openly passionate and love the show. You could have a thing at the end like how Marvel have those after credit scenes of just loads of stuff, like from Inspector Spacetime to a little bit of a paintball episode-y thing, or bit maybe, I don't know. I mean, again, they've had paintball episodes, they've had so many different episodes in that it would be really cool to see on the big screen. And I think as well, as I say, it would help get more people into the TV show if they watch the movie. But then, as I say, like, why would a company company of people in the suits, so to speak, take the risk to make something like that? But then, as I say, stuff like Deadpool and Kick-Ass and Sausage Party and, as I say, Captain Underpants, more experimental stuff is seeping over into film. I think the thing is with film, you don't get that sort of more niche stuff because, again, I think you're having to aim all of your content or your content to the widest demographic possible to make the most money back. Unlike TV, where TV is made on so much more a smaller budget. Well, that was the case anyway a while back, and so you're aiming it therefore at less people, I guess, as well. But I don't know, I think Community should have a film because I think, that there's still room for these characters to grow. There's places that they could go beyond just, Greendale, and I think they made it very clear sort of season 3 onwards that Greendale isn't the only place in the Community universe, so to speak. There's more places to be explored and things to be seen, and as I feel like as well, like from the end of season 5 with the sort of founder of Greendale being found, and then the sort of beginning of season 6, that was very disjointed because but to be fair, I think it's probably because season 5 was, to their knowledge, going to be their last season, so they sort of wrapped it up doing that. But season 6 was actually aired on Yahoo and that, because Yahoo picked it up because no network would actually pick it up, but which again makes for me to think that there wouldn't be a movie, but I would really love for a movie because I think, as I say, the characters are well written enough and well received amongst the fans who do like the show that I think anyone could fall in love with them, really. Having an hour and a half or even longer film would really be able to tell like a lot of different stuff about the characters, but have a lot of humour in there. You could change up the formats of the stuff aesthetically, and that'd be interesting for younger viewers. but you could have the drama for the adults and older viewers, but you could also have, as I say, the humour for everyone. You know, the humour for everyone, as I say, the aesthetic change of, say, sort of having it 8-bit and video game-like, you know, for kids, and then the humour for everyone, the aesthetic changes for kids, and then the sort of comedy, the drama for, like, the adults even. And that, you know, and pushing these characters in different places and or making them feel like real people that you could relate to. But yeah, yeah, and also the whole, you know, obviously hashtag 6 seasons in a movie thing. You know, again, I think it would make it just feel more whole and more complete, really. You know, we don't, as much as we had an origin about the Greendale 7. Come to think about it, in that one episode about that origin story, come to think about it, we never get the origin story of the Dean. You know, we never know why Dean Pelton / Craig ends up at Greendale, how he took the job and why he took the job. That would be interesting. And then, but personally, I would really love to know more about the past of Abed, or Dean Pelton, really, or Craig even, because again, with primarily Jeff was the main character for the longest time, but then as well in like season 6 we see Britta's parents, and that. But again, I think seeing some of the characters from different points in their time, so to speak, so like Abed as a kid, or Annie in the future after sort of she left Greendale, and that, like, where are these characters at now, and are they okay after they've left, you know, community college. And it'd be very interesting to see, as I like these characters, and I think I'm not the only one. So yeah, thanks for watching.